Okay, I have a Stanley cook pot and some simple upgrades out of the trash can. Alright, the Stanley cook pot. First thing I did is I added some notches in the middle here and here. And what they do is they grab this handle at an angle so it can be hung over a fire. Alright, so lock that in. This is a large bean can. I took the top off and I cut holes in it, and then by cutting these squares under the elevated floor into 3 tabs, I hope you can see this, there's 1 tab below in each of these holes, 1 tab below, and this one has 1 tab below, and then the other 2 tabs of the 3 that I cut go on top, which pinch this, and it's really very sturdy. Okay, then this hole I decided to put above the elevated floor because it makes it easier to light. I put a feed hole for wood here, and then you can see these holes here in sets. These are for the legs, which are made from ceiling grid wire. Okay, the legs just look sort of like tent pegs. You can go through the top section like this, and this would be if you're using it for wood fire. This works really well because the bottom taper of this pot makes the flame wrap the pot very well. So that would be if you're using a wood fire, because you got a nice size firebox there. But also I made a stove out of a monster can, which is made in such a way that the flame comes up from the middle. So when I'm using that, I have these 2 down here. Put the alcohol stove in, and you can slide the crossbars in a lower configuration, and this works well with the alcohol stove because since the pot sits so deeply in, the flame is more or less held by the can and wraps the side very well. I don't usually use the alcohol. That's just for, say, a rainy day. So I'll show you how that works with a little bit of alcohol. I got this at Michael's in the sand art department. Makes a good fuel bottle. Holds about 6 ounces. Alright. I'll let that go while I show you the rest of it. Here's a handle koozie. This is an insulation for attics that's insulative, and it has heat reflector, and then I just use the silver HVAC tape to hold it together. So that gives you a good pot holder. And then a koozie, which gives you a good, you can hold the pot when it's got boiling hot liquids. I've done it a bunch of times. Works great. I don't know if you can actually see the flame here because the light, but as it warms up it'll shoot pretty tall. I wanted a knife for this kit, so I took a small meat cleaver and just kind of trimmed it. And the Stanley cook pot I like a lot. The lid has got a built-in strainer, steam vents and strainer, which is nice. A lot of people out there like to do noodles or something like that, so that's pretty nice. And then this tab slides to lock the handles. It comes with 2 cups that I throw away immediately, by the way. Alright, so you can lay this over, fold that down, and lock it shut. So it's pretty good. It doesn't lock like a seagull, but it locks good enough. Alright, the way this is made, when the pot is elevated above it, the flame licks the bottom, but if you set the pot on it, each of these holes in the side becomes a jet, but that really works better for a wider pot. I specifically made this to be small, to shoot a center flame to the bottom of the can, and kind of concentrate that heat Whereas if it was a wider pan, I might want to spread it out more, because the stove itself keeps the flame, like you saw, wrapped on the pot. And then I guess I try to turn off the light, as it's really cold. And it's taking a little while longer for the alcohol stove to heat up. That jet will get about 6 inches tall as it heats up. Alright, thanks for watching.